wrong show. This is Dill Nude, and today we're going to be talking about Newton's 3 laws of motion. Jeff, would you mind explaining what the first law of motion is?
Oh, hey, my name is Jeff, and the first law of motion is an object will stay in motion unless it's acted upon by another object or force.
Right. And Mark, what is inertia?
Inertia is an object's resistance to a change in motion.
Correct, Mark. Inertia is an object's resistance to a change in motion. And the more mass an object has, the more inertia it has. For example, the car starts at a constant motion and it will remain in that constant motion until it runs into a wall. The wall is the object that makes the car change its motion, and in this case, its direction. Tony is standing still, but technically in a constant state of motion. He'll remain in this constant state of motion until Jeff comes along and changes it. Also keep in mind that Tony and Jeff probably have somewhat equal masses, thus Tony doesn't have enough inertia to withstand Jeff. Alright Tony, would you mind explaining what the second law of motion is?
Obviously, it's that
Oh, hey, Mark.
Shut up!
that the force of an object is equal to its mass times its acceleration.
Mucho correcto, Antonio. Also remember that the more mass an object has, the harder it is to accelerate, so the more force you need to apply. Tony and Jeff are in space, where air resistance is absent. Jeff gets Tony's help to push the boulder in order to make it accelerate, or change its speed. But because the boulder has a large mass, both Tony and Jeff need to apply a lot of force in order to get the object to accelerate.
Tony, man, help me push this boulder.
Pretend there is an air resistance. An eraser doesn't have as much mass as a boulder, thus not much force is needed to get the eraser to accelerate. The force, in this case, is gravity, which has a constant acceleration of negative 9.81 meters per second squared. Alright, all three of you now. What is the third and final law of motion?
Magic!
Actually, for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction.
This means, for example, if you apply a force to an object, the object will also be applying a force to you. Mark and Tony are playing tug of war. Mark's action force is him pulling the rope towards himself, but there's also an equal and opposite reaction force that's pulling the rope away from him. When Jeff jumps, there's an action force propelling him upward, while an equal and opposite reaction force, gravity, is pushing him back down to the ground. There you have it, folks. Those are Newton's 3 laws of motion. I'm Dill Nude. Don't sue me, Bill Nye. I'll see you guys for the next lesson.